Today we'll be covering the Corner Market Building, Harbor Steps, Hotel Savoy, Seattle Tower, University Street, 700 Union Street, Freeway Park, 600 Spring Street, Sur La Table, and the Orpheum Theatre. Here's a photograph of Pike Place Market in the 1910s. The brick building you see in the front is built around the 1900s. Everything has been demolished except for that building. This photo was taken somewhere in the 70s. It shows a white staircase that was built in 1889 after the Seattle Great Fire. This is the staircase in 1982. It was later demolished in 1994, and all the other side buildings were also demolished. This is Harbor Steps under construction in 1994. Harbor Steps hasn't really changed since it was completed in 1994. There was once a statue, but it was removed later on. Hotel Savoy was a 135-foot building which was completed in 1906. It was demolished in 1986 to make way for the 1201 3rd Avenue Tower. The 1201 3rd Avenue Tower stands where the Hotel Savoy once stood. It was completed in 1988 and it is the 3rd tallest building in Seattle. Here's a photo of Seattle Tower under construction in 1927. The 318-foot Seattle Tower, which was completed in 1928, is now a city landmark. The Seattle Tower is one of the first buildings in Seattle to have an Art Deco architecture. The Seattle Tower was originally supposed to have 24 floors, but 3 more floors were added so it could have 1 more floor higher than the Smith Tower. Here's a 1955 view of University Street. Everything you see in the 1955 video is demolished. The theater was replaced by a parking garage, and all the other buildings were replaced by skyscrapers. This is how 700 Union Street looked like in 1955. A lot has changed in 62 years. Everything is gone except for the Roosevelt Hotel and the building on the right, the white one, which is the Eagles Auditorium building. Everything else is new and was built after 1955. The 237-foot Roosevelt Hotel was completed in 1929. Freeway Park first opened in 1976. It's one of the most unique parks because it is built above a highway, I-5. It's one of the few parks in the world to be built above a highway. Freeway Park is still a very nice park. There are some homeless people, but it's not a very big problem. Here's an aerial view of Freeway Park. Here is 600 Spring Street in 1955. And where you see the circle where once stood the red building. And where you see the black circle where once stood the red building. A lot of these buildings on the side have been demolished to make way for I-5. Every single building in the 1955 video was demolished. Only buildings left is that white building, the U.S. Federal Courthouse, the Women's Club building in that red brick one, and the Spring Apartments Hotel, the white one. Right now I zoomed in and everything else is gone and a lot has changed. And that is I-5 where the red building stood. Here's a picture of Sur La Table in the 1970s. Sur La Table is a kitchenware store. It first opened here in 1972 in the Pike Place location. It expanded in different places and is very popular. The Orpheum Theatre first opened in 1927. It played films and it also had plays. The theater was used for 40 years and was finally demolished in 1967 to make way for the West End Tower. And here's a picture of the Orpheum Theatre in the 1930s. And here's a photograph of the interior of the demolition of the Orpheum Theatre in 1967. The construction for the West and South Tower started in 1967 and was completed in 1969. A twin to the South Tower was completed in 1982, and these towers are known as the West End Twin Towers.